I'm going to draft a Lyra Dawnbringer deck, commander deck. It's going to be mono white. I've dug out a bunch of knights from my stash, from mostly my core set stash, and I've also dug out some angels from my Avacyn Restored stash. Now, in the process of doing that, I came across some knights with first strike, and I'm just going to mention briefly that I did put some of them in this deck. So it's going to be I'm giving Ariel a little update. Again, very few cards got updated. I'm just going to zoom through to the ones that I got updated. There's one of them from a core set. Again, the light is not being friendly with me. Another cloudy day. But I need to get going because I've got a bunch of stuff that I want to do. At some point when I get a sunny day, I'll make maybe a recap video for some of the things that I've done so far. But for now, yeah, I hope this looks alright with the light that I have at my disposal. That's a new knight with first strike put in here. I put this guy in. I don't remember if I ever mentioned him. Even though he's triple white, he's pretty good, and he's gonna buff me my knights +1/+1, and he is a knight himself. This guy was already there. Of course, the angels were already there. This is a new one, another first strike knight put in here for Quende. Quende is the dude who's telling me, hey, I'm gonna give him double strike, why don't you put him in? I also put this guy in even though he doesn't have first strike. And I think that's it. Everything else in the deck is exactly the way it has been before in previous versions. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because this is a Lyra Dawnbringer deck build. But I'm going to go through it very quickly just so you guys see. This dude's got 3 new knights. Then to Lyra, I've got all the creatures right here already. They're already in mana order, so I can just put them down and get going with selections. So 1 drops, 2 drops, of which I'm always going to have more. So the 2 drops always are many. Actually, this will go like that. And then the 3 drops, and I've got many of those too, so I'm just gonna keep piling them. Actually, let me just go through the 1 drops and 2 drops, and then we'll talk about the 3 drops and higher. So for these guys, knights are fine. I'm not lording knights, I'm not giving them first strike, anything like that. They're just here because I need white weenies. So in this case, this guy is in, this girl is in also, and what I like also in this one is return target enchantment card. So one of the major modus operandi for this deck is going to be the ability to enchant away things like Oblivion Ring. So I went hunting for powerful enchantments that could either help me or hurt my opponents. I won't mind walls. I need to wait it out until my angels start coming in at the higher converted mana cost. So actually this is a good card to include in here. And there are way better tappers than a tapper that costs you 2. Most tappers just do tap target creature without you paying 2. This is totally a battle cruiser card. But we're making battle cruiser commander deck, so that's fine as long as the power level is somewhat similar. And I suspect that in this case, because I have so many really good enchantments, this deck may end up being at a higher power level than the other ones that I've been building. Of course, a Death and Taxes card from Born of the Gods. Each player cannot draw more than 1 card each turn. You're not doing more than that here. I put this guy in and then I read him carefully. I've got like a zillion of these cards, and I love to play cards that are really, really common and that we are all stuck with by the dozen. But I need griffins to make it bigger. And so you will see later in the curve that I have put in, I think, 3 griffins in the deck. that I think will stay. This guy will stay. These knights are just white weenies that I need that are going to help me. Now, this one, for each legendary creature you control, this is not a legendary creature deck, so I'm actually not going to put them in. I just realized. I need to gain life. I need to distance myself from my opponent as much as possible. So yeah, so I'm gonna include this dude. Great card. When it enters the battlefield, you create a little artifact. That's fine. I'm not doing. I don't care how many artifacts I have in here, but that's fine. It's not gonna hurt. This one is whenever another zombie. This one is out immediately because I only have one zombie. Even though I love the white zombies from Amonkhet, and I really want to build to them some other day. It cannot be blocked by artifact creatures. That's fine. I'll take them. When it enters the battlefield, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. You may. I may want to do that. That's fine. And a 2/1 flyer is always welcomed in a deck. So again, I'm trying to hold off my opponent for as much as possible with a bunch of white weenies. 6, 9, that's alright. Then let's lay down. Let's just take out the things that didn't make it out here to some other place. I've been getting confused before with where my piles are, so I'm getting better, as the two people who will ever watch these videos will see after watching some of them. Progressively, the more you do in anything, the better you're supposed to get. So here we have a bunch of cards. So that's a total of 16 3-drops, which a commander deck can definitely handle. So let's go and make some selections right now and get rid of a few cards if they don't fit the theme, if they're not good. Vigilance, sure, why not? It's got a fat butt, that's pretty good too, over 3. This guy is fantastic, fantastic. And if things get knocked out in battle, you're going to get counters on him or her. That's good. Each player can cast more than one spell each turn. That's pretty good because you're not spell slinging in here. You're holding off until your angels start landing, and by the time your angels land, this dude's going to be dead anyways. Then in this case, this against first strike with exert. Again, I've panned exert before, but I think I'm making up with exert. This dude can drop you a token when it's kicked. Good. Against flying for 2, that's fine. Vigilance, always underrated. This guy is great. Flying, vigilance, and lifelink. I'm in, dude. Then this case, it's got a life link. I don't know. I'm going to put them in a maybe pile. And if I get desperate, I'll use it. When it attacks, I'm getting... This is desperation right now for this deck. So I'm going to set it aside. I need griffins. And I need griffins. And I need griffins. This one gives flying to something else. That's going to be good. I'll take it. Historic spell, no, I'm not doing this. Yeah, I was already putting them in the wrong pile. Putting my griffins in the maybe pile. That's not where they go. And this dude is good. If I really feel like I need to drop something, I'm sure some of the knights can go. Okay, so I see that I'm mixing piles of what I don't want with what I want. So I'm going to separate the pile out completely of what I don't want. So here we're getting into the bigger stuff, the 4-drops. Then we're getting down to the 5-drops. I got a lot of heavy stuff in here. Actually, I got a ton of 6 and 7-drop, mostly angels. And I'm going to be cutting some of those when I look through them. The 4-drops don't look like there's many of them. And they look like I want to keep all of them. Except for this one. When discard a historic card, I'm never going to get to do that in this deck. Out. This dude is in. This angel is in. Players can't play life or sacrifice creatures to cast spells or activate abilities. And it buffs anything that's non-black. Yeah. Angels, need them. Comes in with counters. Yeah, good stuff. Can make tokens or come in with counters, of course. Another Griffin, a little heavier. Yeah, sure, I'll take them. A little bit of a death and taxes kind of card. Yes. A big flyer, a relatively big flyer, 4/3/2. Yeah, if I get to need to cut, that'll be one of the ones that will definitely go. So now we're down to the 5 drops. I only have 2 5 drops. Yeah, and I'm going to keep them both. Actually, no, I'm not going to take this guy. I don't really like him. Return target artifact. No, I don't have anything. Yeah, forget it. Good old Sarah Angel with reprint art for Dominaria is going in only 1 5 drop. Now in here, I'm going to look at angels first. Okay. These are all 6 drop angels and a couple of 7 drops. This guy I already know I don't want to put in. I'm not going for a legendary theme. It's not an angel. Doesn't matter. Now for these guys, I think this one will gain me a lot of life and help me end the game. So yes, I think this one puts in a token. I'm not so sure. This one, when it attacks, your attacking creatures gain flying and lifelink. That's all right. That's all right. And it is an angel. And this one, when it enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible as long as you control this card. I don't know. I think I'm going to take this guy out, and I'm going to put these 3 in. So 3 6 drops. That's a lot, but it's commander, so that's fine. And then for these 7 drops, this is not a blink. This is one of those that you buy that come with 3 packs at Walmart. So when it enters the battlefield, exile all zombies, then return all human cards from graveyards to the battlefield. No, I don't have a bunch of humans. It's good for another deck. And this one is just a big old flyer with vigilance, 7/5/5. I think that's nice. Let's do a creature count and let's see where we are. And if we have a bad creature count, that is, if we have too many, this one's the one that's going to go out. Okay, so we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 38. So we're right on target, because then we're going to have 39 with the commander, and we're going to go for 21 non-creature spells, many of which are going to be enchantments, and that's going to be in the next video.